Have a drink, have a drink, have a drink, have a drink with me. You know who it is. It's your man's Jay Hemi. And like I said, we switching things up this season. New scenery, new background, new environments. We're going to set up anywhere. We're going up this season. We're going up, and we're going up every other season after this. Now, before I get started, I want to highlight something. First of all, this is a cherry bomb right here. You know, we got vodka in here. We got cherry juice. You know, a little bit of red nectar. Cherries at the bottom. You know, so we finna have a good time for these good episodes. Now, I want to give a PSA. The PSA is, we just joined Patreon. patreon.com/Soul Brothers. This is our donation hub. This is our donation center. This is where you can contribute whatever you want to contribute to add to and contribute to the motivation I got to continue this platform and to elevate it for our culture, this black culture of ours. So, if you click on that Patreon link that I'm putting in every video, it's going to be in the description on our YouTube. I'm going to drop the link right down here. Patreon is where you can go and you can give your love for Soul Brothers. And you can give your love for this black culture and for what I'm looking to establish and for what I'm looking to dominate with, so we can have a platform to do what we want to do and do business with each other. And not only that, give exposure to one another. And not only that, control this game that's always been a part of our culture. So you click that Patreon link, and I'm going to post each video that I did from season 1. And whatever your favorite videos are, whichever videos that you love, please show us love. Show us love by contributing and donating to whatever video you love, whatever episode you love, whatever episode you felt like I was fooling the most, or made you laugh, or made you smile, or even just created some dialogue, or got you thinking, or gave you some game, gave you some pointers, gave you a different perspective that you never had before in this fashion game, and getting in this game with the loafers, the moccasins, the drivers. So all of that. So if you know me personally, or if you just got love for what I'm doing and you see how persistent and consistent I'm doing, and you want to see this platform, Soul Brothers, go on the rise and go to the level where it's already headed, then go ahead and click that link. Click that Patreon link and show love how you want to show love. Drop comments, follow us, subscribe to us. But for the most part, this that PSA for the Patreon. And you know, you'll be my patron. Y'all my community, y'all my supporters, y'all my everything. So, you know, I'm doing this for y'all as well as myself. I'm doing it for myself first, but I'm doing this for y'all too. So, you already know who the fuck this show is for, man. This show, damn, is for everybody that's in the game and out the game. So those that's in the game, this is for all my loafer-heads around the motherfucking world that's doing this every day, got the game in their hands, controlling the game, know when, know where, know how, know what not. That's what this is all about. And for everybody else that's just uneducated, you don't got game. You ain't got no game. The game got to be given to you for you to understand what's going on, because, you know, only foolish people laugh at and joke at what they don't understand. But once you get an understanding, and maybe you will hop in the game. But for the most part, I just want to, like I said, put it in your mind that when you see loafers at the shopping mall, at the shopping plazas, wherever you are, boutique store, wherever you at, man and woman, boy, girl, teen or child, that you see some loafers that fit your lifestyle, fit you, fit what you stand for as far as creatively, and represent you well, and go with your wardrobe and what you got going on. That's the purpose. But as y'all know, we here to highlight the bullshit. If it's bullshit, it's bullshit, because we have influencers now, and these influencers are influencing people into making bullshit decisions. We can't have that. Now, also, we here to highlight and expose the greatness that is. The people that's taking time, that's doing the minor details, that's really putting in work to produce this freakiness, this player shit. Those people. And today, this is another segment of This It. This it. And this ain't it. This ain't it. Never will be, never can be. Scrap it. Burn it. Reinvent, recreate. This shit lazy. It's bullshit. This ain't it. And what I found today is now this is the debauchery right here. This right here, inexcusable. I can't even believe that these manufacturers, whoever this brand is, whoever produced this shoe, this right here is inexcusable. Absolutely inexcusable. This is an atrocity right here. Atrocity to loafers. What are you trying to do? Is this a loafer or is this a gym shoe? You can't, you can grab elements, you can grab features, you can take certain hints, accents, whatever, but you cannot destroy the classic, dynamic, bold, animated nature of a loafer. And so we're going to break this down because there's so many things wrong, but it's elements that's right. But this right here, why would you want to influence somebody to put these on? What are they going to wear with these? And where? To where? To where? Why would I put these on? And where would I step out as a man in public, out in this world, with these tiki skirt meets loafer buckle meets low grade cheap discounted suede meets this real thick, egregious, loud bottom and sole that's being passed off and concocted together and presented as a loafer? Dog, take note. So we're gonna start with this, right? The shape is not bad. Okay? I'm not gonna dog these out completely like that, even though this is another example of some influential bullshit. Now, what we got here is, again, another manufacturer, somebody creatively out there trying to push the boundaries with loafers, but you went beyond the bounds. You can push the boundary and stay within the bounds, but you went beyond. This is a whole new category. This is a whole new design. You can't wear this with any and everything. You don't have options with this. It's way too playful. It's not domineering. They did the gold buckle. I can see that. I can see that gold buckle. But with that gold buckle, you should have built off of that. Because the very first thing that I noticed about these loafers is that this is a low grade, very, very cheap looking pass off of suede. I don't know what this is, but I know what it is being put out and what it was made and selected to be. It's supposed to be a suede, right? So you do the buckle, you do the gold buckle. Now you have these little ruffles off the buckle to give it animation, right? So you're producing this shoe, you think you're being animated by doing these ruffles, but that's when you ruin the nature of the whole entire what's supposed to be a loafer. The stitching. When I look at the stitching, because first of all, those ruffles is not needed at all. You could have did without, or you could have elected to put that on a different region of this loafer. If you really wanted to push the bounds and create something different, you could have put it in a different region where it was more appropriate. Because when I'm walking or running or jogging, whatever, and I got these flaps on my loafers, that's unnecessary. That's my problem with these. Like the flaps was unwarranted on these shoes. Unwarranted. I don't know where on your team or your staff somebody said green light. Because this is no light. This ain't red light. This ain't yellow. This is the no light. No signal. Meaning no go. No good. So this stitching, it can be seen, but it's not too dominant on the shoe. And it's thin, but it's still visible. And I'm not a fan of stitching that's more visible than it should be and has to be. And I know, of course, white stitching to match the white sole, so I can see what the thought process was to have the stitching give more highlight to that very loud sole and thick bottom on these loafers. So you can't even really visually follow like the dynamics of this shoe because of that sole is so thick. So this is a wide, bulky, boat like I mentioned before, type of loafer that you want to avoid. You don't want something, you want something aerodynamic, narrow, slick, sleek. Why would I put these bulky shoes on my feet? You don't want your feet to appear bigger than what they already is. If you got on fitted clothing, then you should have a shoe, a loafer that's fitted on your feet. Why? Because it gives more emphasis to what you are doing and how you doing it and how you put your package together. This is totally wrong. And of course, there's consistency throughout the whole shoe with the color, the choice of color, and the suede, and there's really no breakup. But the disruption is them flaps. The buckle was cool, but you could have played it without that sole. You could have played it without those flaps. you could have really did something great. You could have really tapped into your greatness as a producer, as a loafer manufacturer. You could have really put it together the right way. You was this close. But then you start adding these unnecessary elements, and now this is out in the public, and now somebody's scrolling through and they see this and they think this is what people are doing. But it's something that should nobody be doing. Like this is a disservice. This is injustice to loafers. Like, you have to have guidelines and restrictions, because this is something that can't be put on the shelves or something that should be allowed to be for sale. They got to be prohibited and banned, because you did something new, but you did it wrong. And you chose a material that grade level was below average. Below. Like, this is a failing grade of suede. And this is what everybody out there got to look out for. Because if it's not like this, or if it's not like this in shape and dynamic and creativity and style and combination and material, because you definitely, if you are going to spend your money at the end of it all on these pair of loafers, you are overpaying for a under efforted shoe. That we don't want that. And no man should be stepping out nowhere in these clown silly loafers. These are like loafers for clowns. That's not how you want to look. You want to look like no clown. Nobody want to look silly. We want to look slick, player, freak nasty, sophisticated, bold, dynamic, animated. I don't want something on my feet that doesn't represent my mentality, because this wouldn't. And there's a lot of other men out here that follow suit to that. I wouldn't pick these up. And this shouldn't even be an illustration, because this is poor decision making. So what this says, when somebody see these on your feet and they looking at them poor ass loafers, like, damn, why they do that? Then you just like a poor decision maker. So if that's what you want to say about yourself, you got to ask yourself when you put on loafers, is that's what I want to say about myself? Hell no, you don't. I know I don't. See, they got me really drinking, man. They really got me in this vodka, man, because this, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I thought this was like a mock design or something like that, but this is really for sale. This is really for sale. The color is decent, but they could have really freaked it in a different way to where it could have been one of those special occasions, because that this color, you just don't find this color anywhere. Or they could have just chose a different color altogether, because it's not a whole lot of clothing and material out there that you could find in this color. And right now, everybody go look in their closet, you don't have nothing near this color. No man, no woman had nothing near this color. No woman should ever gift a pair of shoes like these to their man. Hell, my lady came in with, nah. I think something was wrong with her. And that's the problem with these. There's something wrong with these. There's a lot wrong. And they completely did it wrong. Now, how they could have made this better? First and foremost, the material They could have put more. So they could have put more money behind getting a good quality, a good grade of suede to put on this shoe. Now, they could have removed those flaps, right? You remove the flaps. Now, that gold buckle is decent, but a buckle similar to this in gold would look much more animated and have much more character on this shoe, right? Now, you have to make that sole thinner. It has to be thinner. It has to. You want the top half to balance out the bottom half. Like the top half and the bottom balance each other out. So even like when you spin them and you looking at them, it all flow. The fluidity is there. This fluidity on this loafer is disrupted completely. And then you try to do effect on the back half of the sole for no reason, because that effect doesn't provide anything better. It doesn't provide any what I want to say. It doesn't provide any complementary boost. It don't provide a complementary boost to the loafer. Because after all, this is what this is supposed to be. So, you literally will have to scrap the whole thing. You can keep the color, but you got to redesign this. You have to.